not eating enough food or eating too little. This happens pretty often, actually, a lot more than what it should happen. So I'm going to be just telling you guys kind of the science behind weight loss and the challenges that come with, decreasing the calories that you're taking in and everything that goes into that. So I'll just start with, I'm Heather DeVore. I'm the nutrition coach at CrossFit Throne. Thank you for joining our nutrition talk this month. We're going to be talking about, again, the 3 signs of undereating. I'm going to explain that it's not always the best option for reaching your health and wellness goals. Our nutrition program is powered by a company that's called Healthy Steps Nutrition. And at Healthy Steps Nutrition, they believe that something as fundamental as nutrition should not be complicated. So that's why we try to focus on a simple habit-based approach to help you with reaching your health and wellness goals. And that way we can help you with reaching them one step at a time. So up next. So to start with, I had a client that came in and sits down with me, starts the process of talking about like what her goals were and telling me about her previous weight loss journey. She had not the greatest results, but during the conversation, I just learned that she had been battling with her weight since her late teens, like many of us have. And she had tried any and all diets, including all of the fad diets, restrictive eating, counting calories, drinking shakes for half of her meals, and anything else that you can think of. She had tried them all. And over the years, her weight loss had shown some, like, she'll lose some weight and then go back to her, typical life and then gain the weight back. So some yo-yo dieting there. And ultimately, she had just insignificant weight loss. So she finally took a big breath after telling me her life story. She just said, I feel terrible. I'm eating less and less and doing all of the things that I'm supposed to be doing, that I've been told to do in order to lose weight. But what am I missing? What am I doing wrong? And that frustration in weight loss happens so much, happens all the time. So diet culture tells us to eat less and then we'll lose weight. A lot of times there are diet plans out there that promote eating less than 1,000 calories a day. So today I'm going to talk to you about signs that you're not eating enough and reasons why eating less is not going to be the best path to reaching your health and wellness goals. So I'd like to start off by first explaining to you a few basics whenever it comes to metabolism or energy balance. So to help you understand, this will help you to understand why so many people struggle to lose weight and keep the weight off after they've lost it. So have you heard the saying, calories in versus calories out? That's generally what people say as far as trying to lose weight. So there's a general rule that we hear is that if you take in more energy in the form of calories than what you're burning, then you will gain weight. And the opposite of that is also true. So if you take in less energy than you're expending, you're going to lose weight. So you may be wondering, if that's the rule, then why did this client that came to me telling me of all her struggles, why was it such a big struggle for her to see results when she was counting calories and eating less? Well, it turns out there's lots of factors that go into influencing that simple equation of calories in versus calories out. So we're going to start by talking about, there's a couple of different factors that can alter your intake. First is going to be your appetite. It's obvious that it may seem your appetite is going to be affected by your hormones. We have 2 main hormones that we'll be talking about today. First one is called leptin, and then the second one is called ghrelin. Leptin is a hormone that's produced by your fat tissues, and it signals your brain that you are full. You can stop eating. Ghrelin is released in your stomach, and it's called your hunger hormone, and it tells you when you're hungry. It tells you when to eat more food. So this is important because when we drastically decrease your calorie intake, then it affects your body's hormones. Ghrelin is going to shoot up, and it makes you feel like you're hungry all the time. So think about the last time that you were really, really hungry. How hard was it to stick to healthy eating and staying away from fast food and treats? And if you're like me and Rayla, who's joined us today, working in the hospital, there's always all the sweets and snacks and everything in the hospital. So how hard is it to stick to healthy eating and stay away from all of those treats? While hormones play a big role in influencing your intake, there are many other factors that can also include your environment. So for example, studies have shown that people who consume more, they consume more whenever they're eating with their friends and family than when they are alone. So in addition, the palatability, the reward of foods that you're eating, as well as your mindset can influence your intake of food. So on the other side of that, let's take a moment. We're going to talk about a few factors that can influence your energy output. So that's the number of calories that you're burning. First, you have your basal metabolic rate, or BMR. That's going to be the estimated amount of calories that your body needs when you're at rest to continue the basic needs of living. So in addition to that, you can take into account your physical activity level, which is going to include your day-to-day movement. That's going to the grocery store, chasing your kids, vacuuming your house, just and in addition to physical activities where you're intentionally moving your body, like running or doing a workout. Last, you can take into account the thermic effect of food and how much energy your body needs just to break down the food that you're taking in and metabolize that food. So now we talked about why calories in and calories out isn't just a simple calories in versus calories out. So I'm going to talk about 3 signs that you may be under eating. And then we'll talk about why under eating is not going to be the best answer for you. So reason number 1, you're constantly hungry. This happens a lot. I know when I've tried to lose weight, you start eating less, and now all that you can think about is the next time that you're going to eat. We've all been there. This circles back to those hormones that we talked about a second ago. When you eat less, your body signals for an increased release of ghrelin, making you feel super hungry. And then when you feel more hungry, it can lead to increased portions, increased frequency of sneaking handfuls of snacks from the pantry, and then over-consuming sweets when you finally give in to those cravings that you're having. So we should be eating an amount so that we're not feeling hungry. So a decrease in calories may sound like the end result is going to be feeling hungry, but ways that we can help to not feel so hungry whenever we're taking in less food is going to be to use whole food options. So that's going to provide you with more volume in your meals, and balancing your meals and snacks is going to be a great way to also combat increased hunger. So reason number 2 that you maybe a sign that you're not eating enough is that you're moody. So that's, we know what comes with being hungry all the time, and that's being hangry. So fun fact, in January 2018, the word hangry was actually officially added to the Oxford English Dictionary. Looks like Wit has joined us. Yay. So hangry was added to the Oxford Dictionary. It's defined as bad-tempered or irritable as a result of being hungry. So Once you've started to eat significantly less, your body's protesting by increasing the production of ghrelin. And now you may or may not be starting unnecessary fights with your friends and family. You may feel a little bit more irritable in general. And this mood shift is a classic sign that you're not eating the right amount of food for your goals.
Can you help me? What do you want me to do?
That you may not be eating enough is going to be sleep and stress issues. Let's see, sorry. There you go, sleep and stress issues. So let's start with sleep. You've likely heard a lot about sleep deprivation and how that can, that's been found to lead to insulin resistance and weight gain. But did you know that undereating while following a strict dietary pattern can also interrupt the quality of your sleep? So one small study found that followed 10 young ladies that were dieting for 4 weeks, found that the study participants had difficulty falling asleep and less overall deep sleep. Another study found that starvation level calorie restriction leads to a reduction in our slow wave sleep, and that your deep sleep that as well that I just mentioned. So this can definitely alter your stress. A large study of more than 2,500 Australian teens found that extreme dieting was not only associated with decreased quality sleep, but also high levels of depression and anxiety, which can alter another important hormone in your health and wellness journey. So up next, we're going to talk about stress. So that other hormone that can be affected is called cortisol. Cortisol is often called the stress hormone because in response to stress, it becomes increased. So most of us have heard a lot about cortisol when it comes to inhibiting your weight loss goals, but if you are constantly limiting your intake, it's going to lead to increased stress and lack of sleep. Your body's cortisol is very likely to be elevated, and elevated cortisol levels will not only alter your metabolism, but will also cause water retention, and that can mask any fat loss that is actually occurring. So if you have experienced mood shifts, constant feelings of being hungry, sleep or stress issues, you may be eating not enough food. So let's talk about why not eating enough is going to be not the correct answer for reaching your health and wellness goals. What happens when we undereat is that your body doesn't get the energy that it needs. Initially, your body will use your fat stores in order to reach the needs that you have for energy. And that's how people begin to lose weight at first. But over time, the body is going to adjust to your chronic calorie deficit or your undereating, and your metabolism is going to slow down. So the body is not going to burn energy as efficiently. And the weight loss eventually will stop because your metabolism has slowed down so much. So it becomes extremely hard to maintain your weight by eating anything more than just a set number of calories that your body has adjusted to. So additionally, it's become very, very difficult to lose weight despite hard efforts at eating clean or exercising on a regular basis. So for a lot of people, you know, after hearing this, you may think that losing weight is a hopeless cause. But alas, that is far from the truth. Weight loss is possible. I encourage you to try to think about it this way. Rather than focusing on the results of weight loss, you want to focus on having a journey of building healthy habits. Rather than focusing on eating less calories, focus on eating more whole food options. And that will provide you with less calories than processed foods. Yes, processed foods are more convenient, but those whole foods that I'm talking about provide way more vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and volume. So rather than getting sucked into fad diets that seemingly have an endless cycle of undereating, you can find a professional who can be your guide. That's me. Help you build a plan, help keep you accountable for reaching your goals. So if you're looking to break the cycle of eating too little of food, start building healthy habits for reaching your goals, I have a couple of tips for you guys. First is going to be to eat half a plate of non-starchy veggies. So I've got a great list that I can show you guys. And this list has what we call volume carbs. So volume carbs are going to be foods that are low on the glycemic index, and they have high volumes of water and high volumes of fiber as well. So let me see. So right now I've got pulled up on the screen a list of volume carbs. So let's see. Some of my favorites on this list is going to be mushroom, onion, bell pepper, tomato, spinach, and zucchini is one of my favorites. And I will take all of those, all of the above, and mix it up with some ground turkey, throw it into a pot, and then cover it with spaghetti sauce. And that right there is like the perfect meal. Tons of volume. I have a client right now that has been asking me a lot about like pasta dishes, and so I told him, let's talk about, you know, what else are you putting with the pasta besides just pasta? So having this large volume of non-starchy veggies is going to give you a lot larger plate with less calories, less amount of carbs, higher volume of water, higher volume of fiber, and overall help to fill your belly with food, because that's where the magic's at, is not being hungry, but also not having to take in as much food. So the next step, let me go back to my PowerPoint here. Let's see. There it is. So the next option for just a low-hanging fruit, as Dawn likes to call it, is going to be drinking at least 60 ounces of water each day, getting 7+ hours of sleep every night. And then, of course, you can schedule a free intro with me. I'm happy to talk to you about your health and wellness goals. And then we can help together build your customized plan. So, Rayla and Whit, y'all have any questions for me?
One question I was going to ask is, does spaghetti squash count as a summer squash?
What's that? I couldn't hear your question. Whit, do you have any questions for me? Oh, I see. 7 hours of sleep. Oh, it's this spaghetti squash. Let me see. So I think since we worked together on nutrition, Rayla, I think that I've got a new list, and I can send this list to you. But let me pull up the list again. So on here, this list is divided up by not just the glycemic index, but also by the glycemic load as well. And so we've got butternut squash, acorn squash, kabocha squash, which I'm not familiar with, are all on the low glycemic index side. And then they have just summer squash in the volume carbs. Does that help? All right. Well, that was a super quick and fun. I will get this uploaded to our YouTube channel, as well as onto the Facebook Live will go up there. So if y'all have any questions, I'm happy to answer your questions for you. You can send me an email, nutrition@cfthrone.com. We have a QR code hanging up at the gym where you can just like point your phone at it and send me a message. Or you can also just talk to me. I'll be there next week again. I was on vacation this week. So if you guys have any questions, I think in July, I'm going to try to do my nutrition talk live. We'll see. Saturdays don't seem to be the best option for everybody, but it's really hard to catch as many people as possible because everybody's got a life. But if you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, or concerns, we're also talking about doing maybe another nutrition challenge that would possibly be in September, like about 5 weeks before Festivus again. So if you guys have any questions, just reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. All right. You guys have a lovely day.